Welcome to the Department of Computer Science Celebration of Graduates. We are happy to have you here with us on this special day where we can celebrate our students' wonderful accomplishments with their friends and family from around the world. To start, I will ask each of my faculty colleagues to introduce themselves. First, I am Kathleen Fisher. I am the chair of the department.
Hi, I'm Marty Allen. I'm a teaching professor in the computer science department.
Hi, I'm Rimko Chang. I'm an associate professor in computer science.
Yes, I'm next. Hello, I'm Ming Zhao. I'm associate teaching professor.
Hello, I'm Alva Couch. I am associate professor of computer science.
Hello, good morning. I'm Lenore Cowan. I am professor of computer science.
Hi, I'm Fahad Dogar. I'm an associate professor of computer science.
Hi, I'm Jeff Foster. I'm a professor of computer science and associate chair.
I'm Rob Jacob, professor of computer science.
I'm Susan Landau, Bridge Professor in Cybersecurity and Policy at the Fletcher School and in the Department of Computer Science.
Hi, I'm Dave Lolithan, Assistant Teaching Professor of Computer Science.
Good morning, I'm Noah Mendelson. I am a professor of the practice in the Department of Computer Science.
Hi, I'm JP de Ruiter, Bridge Professor in the Cognitive Sciences.
Raja, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Raja. I'm an assistant professor in computer science.
I'm Diane Suvain, professor of computer science and director of graduate studies.
Jivko, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Jivko Sinapov. I'm assistant professor of computer science.
And Richard?
Hi, I'm Richard Townsend. I'm an assistant teaching professor of computer science.
And please go ahead.
Dan Patupka, I'm an assistant professor of computer science.
Any other faculty that we missed?
I'm Elaine Short. I'm an assistant professor of computer science.
Thank you, everybody, for the introductions. This year, we are honored to have 5 student speakers who will share their thoughts with us. Please welcome our first set of student speakers, Juliana Vega del Castello, Yanel Owens, and Anthony Gose. Juliana, please take it away.
Hello, hi. A few days ago, I sat down with my friends and we talked about the most impactful class we've taken at Tufts. Out of the 41 classes I took this past 4 years, one class changed my life, and that was Comp 11, Introduction to Computer Science. No, it was not because it was challenging or because it was completely new for me. It wasn't because it introduced me to investing unearthly amounts of time on weekly assignments. It was because it transformed me. I came in, Juliana Vega, a first year from Ecuador, who had never been exposed to coding, who had no clue what to study, and who had never opened a terminal. After the course of one spring, I left knowing how to code 2048, having decided my major, and having found one of the most unique communities on campus, Halligan. To the non-computer science Tufts student, Halligan is a mythical building of sleep-deprived, constantly stressed students who stare at their computers all day. To the computer science Tufts student, Halligan is a mythical building of sleep-deprived, constantly stressed CS students who stare at their computers all day. But it is also home, and it is also a place that somehow never seems to run out of leftover pizza. Every single character in Halligan is extremely hardworking, smart, and collaborative, but they're also extremely humble and willing to help. This building is a place that has seen the best of us, the worst of us, and everything in between. Halligan is a place where we all became a family. In Halligan, the faces we saw in lectures became coding partners, and the coding partners became friends. The TAs became life-saving beings when a bug just wouldn't budge right before the deadline, and the professors became mentors. Over a year ago, we left Halligan the building for the last time. But this year, we built it virtually. We learned that camaraderie transcends the walls of an academic hall. We witnessed every faculty and staff member work tirelessly to bring the best Halligan experience to us virtually. And we had each other, even if it was through a screen. As much as I would have loved to have a final year in Halligan, I wouldn't trade this virtual experience for anything, for it has shaped us in ways only a world-altering event could. Before we go, I want to thank a few key people that have made this past 4 years memorable. Mom and Dad, Maipa, thank you for all the sacrifices you've made, the opportunities you have given me, but most importantly, for believing in me. I wouldn't be anywhere without you. Even if I will never escape, the Huli, since you study computer science, please fix the Wi-Fi. Thank you to the nice soul who, when I first walked into Halligan as a first year, looking helpless, taught me to log in and open a terminal for the first time. You, whoever you are, changed my life. Thank you to all my peers and friends, the people I've crossed paths with at any point during my computer science journey. I dare to say I learned almost as much, if not more, from you as I did in lecture. Thank you, Tufts Computer Science Department and every one of my professors for fostering a community that expands further than the walls of a building. Thank you for teaching us the value of a partner, for emphasizing the importance of teamwork, and for creating a collaborative community that thrives from the uniqueness of each individual. Today, we leave Halligan, both virtually and physically, as computer science students. But may we take a little bit of Halligan with all of us. I have full trust that if the tech world is in the hands of Tufts CS graduates, it is in great hands. It has been a pleasure sharing Halligan these 4 years with you all, both virtually and physically. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Huli. Next up, we have Janelle and Anthony on video.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. My name is Tony Goss.
And I'm Janelle Owens, and we want to share our unique experience within Tufts Computer Science Department. In the spring of my sophomore year, I was taking Comp 15 and needed help with binary tree rotations. I decided to sign up for tutoring.
And I was the tutor that Janelle was paired with. We spent multiple sessions going over the Comp 15 material, but we also got to know each other. We identified our mutual frustration with the lack of critical discourse about technology in our standard CS curriculum. Professors routinely explained how the concepts we were learning had been used by Google or Amazon, and almost all of the job postings through Handshake or Piazza were for private corporations or the US military. These opportunities limited the scope of what we were taught a technologist could do. We believed there was a need for technologists outside the pursuit of profit and US imperialism.
So that summer, Tony sent me an email and the rest was history. We went on to design and teach 2 semesters of an ex-college course named Techquity. This course challenged the role of technologists in a world shaped by capitalism and colonialism. In Techquity, we focused on 3 main questions. What is the role of a revolutionary technologist? What do they know? And what do they do? To answer these questions, we began by studying the role of slavery in the founding of the United States, as well as the growth of capitalism. To connect the legacy of colonialism to tech, we studied Microsoft's funding of the American police state and Facebook's role in neocolonialism with the Free Basics program in the Global South. We also examined the Black Panther Party's model of self-defense against police brutality and the FBI's counterintelligence program, which was designed to destroy the Black liberation movement.
For our final demo day, students presented final projects about encryption as digital self-defense, communes, facial recognition, and the limits of ethical AI. We sincerely appreciate the fact that although we were challenging gaps in our CS education, the department supported our endeavor to fill that gap with Techquity. Mark Sheldon, Megan Monroe, Matthias Corman, and Richard Townsend all allowed us to advertise our course in person and online. Remco Chang also served as our faculty advisor for the course and brought a level of honesty and humility to this conversation that we truly admire. And of course, Techquity would not have been possible without the conversations we've had with over 30 fellow students who advised and participated in our class, adding so much to our own learning and to theirs.
As our tough CS experience comes to an end, we want to leave you with something to reflect on. We should be honest about the impact that our work has on the world and strive towards work that serves those who have been neglected for far too long. It is equally important for us to put down our laptops and continue to educate ourselves about the world.
If we are willing to take a job or research funding without questioning the result of our code, then we are only maintaining the power structures at hand. Janelle and I both acknowledge that there is uncertainty in choosing a path outside of the ones in industry that are most readily available. And we understand the need for a job that pays the bills. However, we are graduating in the wake of a global pandemic that has seen even more wealth flowing to the billionaires as millions have died.
We have seen that Black people are still in a fight for self-determination and that the climate crisis is already here. As new technologists, we feel it is our responsibility to challenge the status quo of the industry and put forth ideas that serve the people. The work we do will reflect not only ourselves, but the future of technology and the future of our world. Let's make equity, justice, and liberation real aspects of that future. Thank you.
Thank you, students. We are incredibly proud of you and all your accomplishments. I want to take this opportunity to share with you some of the highlights of the year from the perspective of the Tufts Computer Science Department. This year, we have over 190 students graduating, including 140 students and over 35 graduate students. The department continues to grow at every level, and so we are happy to welcome 3 new faculty members to the department this year: Bert Wang, Dave Lilithan, and Dan Vitipka. Our students are an enormous part of what makes our department special. Despite a rigorous workload, our students always strive to do more. They plan and host events locally, attend conferences, and participate in competitions around the world. This year, they just did it virtually. They run a variety of student groups, each with its own mission and purpose. They serve as teaching assistants and teaching fellows, and they do research on a myriad of interesting topics. When the pandemic and the need to socially distance forced the department and its activities online in March 2020, our students were incredibly helpful, in fact, instrumental in making that transition as smooth as possible. They've really been an instrumental part in what's made the department work in the past year and a half of online instruction. They really embody the Tufts ideal of active citizenship, and I couldn't be more proud of all of their accomplishments. The Tufts Women in Computer Science Group hosted its 4th annual Women in Tech conference this September. And despite the challenges that came with hosting that conference virtually, it was again a huge success. I would like to congratulate Emily Tran and Courtney Zhang, along with the entire WICS group, for organizing and hosting a successful event that positively impacted the lives of more than 600 attendees. Thank you for all that you did for your fellow students. Jumbo Code continued its important work helping nonprofits by developing free custom technology to aid those nonprofits in their mission, this year with the enhanced challenges of working remotely. We are amazed every year at Jumbo Code's selfless efforts on behalf of the larger community. Thank you to Jumbo Code for all that you do. You're such great ambassadors for Tufts and for computer science. You do all of us proud. A Tufts team placed 2nd this year in the inaugural VeraCode Hacker Games, an international cybersecurity competition that finds and fixes security flaws. The Tufts team included Anne-Marie Burke, Bin Chang, William Ethan Schreiber, Samantha Testa, Sabrina Wen, Alex Ziskla, and CS graduate Bridget Horan, Michael Rogove, and Grant Versfeld. Additionally, Michael Rogove and Grant Versfeld's team won 2nd place in a recent regional round of the Cyber 912 Cyber Strategy Challenge. 4 seniors taught in the X College this year. James Cameron and Josephine Tissain designed and taught a first-year seminar course on cybersecurity through the Experimental College's Explorations program. And we just heard Janelle Owens and Tony Ghost, how they talked about designing and teaching a class on Techwity, addressing the topic of technologists in the world today. On another front, students continue to publish papers in computer science. Alexandra Sisingros wrote a paper on cybersecurity that has been published in Sigma Iota Rho's Journal of International Relations. And Caroline Vanderlee published research in the International Society of the Learning Societies investigating the use of augmented reality tool that seeks to help students visualize electronic signals and voltage on breadboard circuits. Vanderlee was the first author on that paper. It is now my pleasure to turn the ceremony over to my colleague, Diane Souvain, who is going to recognize the many CS graduates who won awards either at the university or the department level this year. Diane?
Thank you, Kathleen. This year, the Computing Research Association recognized 4 CS seniors for research excellence through their Outstanding Undergraduate Researcher Awards. Jonathan Rodriguez was named a finalist, and Derek Egoff, Lauren Labelle, and Gian Marco Visani received honorable mentions. Congratulations to all 4 of you. We will now present the Computer Science Department Awards and Senior Honors Theses. The James Schmaltzy Prize for Excellence in Computer Science is awarded annually to a graduating senior who has demonstrated excellence in computer science. The award goes to a student with an excellent academic record in computer science, with preference for students who have also engaged in active contributions or service that enrich the CS department community. This award was established in memory of Professor Jim Schmaltzy, who was a beloved professor of computer science for 20 years. This year, the award goes to Keisha Mukasa. When you see Keisha, she is never without a smile on her face. She radiates happiness. She's been an invaluable asset to the department. She's a teaching fellow and has helped Professor Monroe to no end. Keisha hails from South Africa, and we are so happy that she landed here. We cannot wait to see what you do next, Keisha, and we send our congratulations. The David Crumey Award for Experimental Computer Science is awarded to a student or group of students for producing substantial CS projects of practical worth. Outstanding participation or organization of student-directed coding activities or hackathons, and/or meritorious research in experimental computer science. This award was established in honor of Professor David Crumey, a beloved faculty member who retired from Tufts in 2004. This year, the award goes to Ben Landon. Ben Landon is a student to emulate. Ben has been an essential member of the CS Student Council, allowing us to benefit from his ideas and feedback to help the department become better for those who come next. He is someone who truly cares. This shows us in his active management in Jumbo Code, where he served both as a project manager and a developer, helping companies in the surrounding community. In addition to all he does to give back to those around him, Ben is graduating today magna cum laude. We're excited to see what next chapter in your life holds for you, and we will miss seeing you around the department. Congratulations, Ben. The Ben Hescott Award for Excellence in Teaching is a new award this year, which will now be given annually to one or more extraordinary undergraduate teaching assistants or teaching fellows to recognize them for their excellence in teaching. The award is named after former faculty member Ben Hescott, who spent 10 years leaving his mark on this department and was instrumental in making computer science more accessible to all students. Hescott is an internationally recognized educator, and our CS faculty who worked with him can think of no higher compliment than to compare someone's teaching to his. The 2021 winners of the inaugural Ben Hescott Award are James Cameron, Johnny Huang, David Massart, and William Scott. Congratulations to the 4 of you. I will now hand the program to Lenore Cowan.
Thank you, Diane. We will now announce our senior honor thesis recipients. This year, we have 3 students who completed a senior honors thesis. Lauren Labelle's thesis is titled Automatic Discovery and Synthesis of Checksum Algorithms from Binary Data Samples. She completed her thesis with highest honors under the direction of Professor Kathleen Fisher. Derek Egolf's thesis is titled Verbatim, a Verified Lexer Generator. He completed his thesis with highest honors under the direction of Professor Kathleen Fisher. Jonathan Rodriguez's thesis is titled Routing Between Visible Vertices in Constrained Theta Graphs. He completed his thesis with highest honors under the joint supervision of Prosenjit Boyce, Matthias Korman, and Diane Suvain. Congratulations, Lauren, Derek, and Jonathan. We will now announce the University Academic Award winners. The recipients of the 2021 Academic Awards are as follows. Victor Arsenescu won the Benjamin G. Brown Scholarship. James Cameron won the Lieutenant Commander R.J. Manning Memorial Prize. Alice Dempsey won the Department of Religion Prize. Nicholas Glenister won the Etta and Harry Wincor Award for Outstanding Achievement in Artistic or Scholarly Work. Lauren Labelle won the William Howell Reed Prize in German. Philip Miljanek won the Class of 1911 Prize Scholarship. Jonathan Rodriguez won the Class of 1942 Prize Scholarship. Mohammed Umair won the De Flores Prize in Human Engineering. John Marco Visani won the Class of 1947 Victor Prather Prize. Rosanna Vitello won the Alex Elias Memorial Prize Scholarship, and Hannah Yin won the Thomas Harrison and Emily Leonard Carmichael Prize. Please, let's have a round of applause for all of this year's award winners. And now, I introduce you to our final senior speakers, Sheikhat Islam and Anika Agarwal.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm honored to be speaking to you all today under the auspice of a tremendous milestone in our lives and the forebearer of our future endeavors. We are fortunate enough to have graduated from Tufts and realize the privilege afforded to us as graduates today. I would like to take this time to thank all our wonderful professors and administrators for inculcating a culture of learning and collaboration. And I would like to personally thank my parents for all of their hard work and all other caregivers that have made this moment possible. I would also like to take a moment of silence to remember one of my great college friends, Shubha Debnath, who unfortunately passed away in 2019. I would also like to thank all the graduates here for making Tufts a brilliant place to study and for all the connections that have been made between us all. In more than a few ways, our friendships and personal connections have been the highlight of what has been a critical time for our communities and the world at large. Here's to all the aha moments we've had while discussing a problem set in Halligan and all the sounds of relief we've made when submitting a Comp40 project at 11:59. I particularly remember one moment when one of my Comp40 partners exclaimed, "Debugging is like trying to play Donkey Kong. We're Mario, and all we're trying to do is dodge barrels that are being thrown by a grade 8. We as graduates are in the unique position of jumpstarting our careers and forging our future lives in a moment of rebuilding. The current pandemic has resulted in tragic losses of life and economic downturn across the country and world. We have witnessed tremendous calls for justice and accountability in response to the tragic deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. These circumstances are the defining backdrop of our senior year and encourage us to reconcile our position within the world as future professionals, leaders, and vectors of change. As students of computer science, we are in a unique position to shape our technological futures. The last year has shown us just how critical computing infrastructure is for our society. The last 2 decades have shown us rapid progressions in communication, currency, entertainment, and countless other fields. The next decades of technological progress will have us at the forefront. Our impact will be determined by our contributions, whether it be through the creation of a new revolutionary startup, building a new front-end framework, or becoming an advocate for social change. The decisions we make will impact thousands and thousands more in the future. With respect to the decisions we will make after we graduate, we must take a conscious effort to be respectful and inclusive of the lives around us. Now, more than ever, our efforts to build a more inclusive society are imperative. The layers of abstraction are defined when it comes to writing, editing, and shipping code, but they are less so when we take into consideration the people who are affected by the technology we create and its evolution. At Tufts, I've witnessed student organizations take lead in advocating for increased inclusivity and representation, and I'm proud to have graduated alongside these student leaders. I too hope to make a positive impact and thank all those that have made this journey possible. I would like to end with a message of hope, attributed to the late Vannevar Bush, a Tufts alum critical to the development of American science and technology. Fear cannot be banished, but can be calm and without panic. It can be mitigated by reason and evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaikat. Annika?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comp 11. Please take your seats and put your computers away. These were the opening words that I heard in my very first computer science lecture at Tufts. I was taken aback, to say the least. A computer science class with no computers? I was confused, but equally excited, as I could tell this was going to be an interesting class and unlike anything I had ever studied before. I took this class with zero prior coding knowledge in the spring of my freshman year, simply based on the recommendation of a couple of close friends who had taken the class in the fall and thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw them coding this game, 2048, and I thought, that looks cool. I want to do it too. I figured it was one of those classes that everyone simply takes at some point in their 4 years at Tufts. And I figured, I have space this semester, so why not now? But if you had told me then that I would go on to major in CS, be a teaching assistant for 4 semesters, and even speak at the CS graduation ceremony, I would have simply stared at you in disbelief. But hey, that's the beauty of college. You never know where it'll take you. We should all be incredibly proud of what we have achieved in the last 4 years. Of course, this graduation ceremony looks a lot different than what any of us would have imagined when we first stepped foot on the Hill 4 years ago. When last year's ceremony became virtual, I felt bad for the class of 2020, but equally, I felt grateful because I thought ours would be safe. But here we are. I know it's easy to get caught up wishing we could have had a normal graduation, but I'm equally grateful for what I have right now. I'm in good health, surrounded by this amazing Tufts community, and I'm graduating with a double major with my family by my side. A virtual graduation also means that so many of my extended family members who have been so important and supported me over the last 4 years can celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime moment with me. Thank you all for being here. I have no doubt that we'll all go on to do great things in the coming years. Whether you came in as a CS major, entered at one of the big 4 every single summer, and were president of Jumbo Code and are now going to be working at Facebook, David Massart, or you came in undecided, never had a concrete big 4 internship, and don't know exactly what you're going to be doing after college, me, one thing is for sure. If we can all get through Comp 40 and Comp 105, I know we'll be okay out there. Jokes aside, as much as we like to complain about how hard Comp 40 or 105 were, or how many hours we spent practically on the verge of tears in Halligan, I truly am grateful for the CS community that I found here at Tufts. I think it's really beautiful that somebody who was once your Comp 11 TA can then be your 105 partner and later become one of your best friends. And it's comforting to know that this community will continue to be there for me even after I graduate. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to my professors who made me enjoy a subject that I thought just wasn't for me. Thank you to all the teaching assistants who helped me along the way and instilled in me the confidence that I'd be able to complete the assignment, even when it was 11:50 p.m. the night the assignment was due and I was struggling to find that one little pesky bug. Thank you to my family who have supported me endlessly for the last 22 years. But most of all, thank you to all of you, my classmates. Thank you for helping me learn. Thank you for being a shoulder to cry on. And thank you for being my home away from home. And last but not least, thank you to the CS department for everything you've done for me in the last 4 years, for creating this amazing community, and for giving me the opportunity to speak at this event. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Shaikat and Anika. Now it's time to present our PhD recipients. Fahad, you're on.
Usama Haq completed a dissertation titled Rethinking Network Quality of Service in the Cloud Era under the direction of Professor Fahad Dogar. That's me, his proud advisor. Congratulations, Usama. Great job.
Saeed Majidi completed his dissertation titled Active Learning, Human Annotation and Morphosyntactic Analysis of Ancient Greek under the direction of Professor Gregory Crane. Congratulations, Saeed.
Hi, Master is completing their dissertation titled Communicating with Visualization, the Importance of Simplicity under my direction. Congratulations, Ab.
German Shui completed a dissertation titled A Recommendation System for Scientific Water Data under the direction of Professor Alva Couch. That's me. Congratulations, Shokin.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of our PhD graduates. Now it's time to announce our master's degree graduates in computer science. My colleague Jivko Sinopov and I will take turns announcing all of you. First is Gabriel Appleby, Anika Arsovska, Nikhil Bhatia-Lin, William Bogstad, Jonathan Bragg. Take it away.
We have Kapin Devkota, Diana Eastman, Tauha Ektersham, Huan Fu, and Juni He.
And Jamie Heller, Emily Holt, Han Zhang, Yuyi Zhang, and Hemant Kandula.
Next we have Sipei Li, Jakai Lin, Sean Lu, Timothy Manninger, and Wenki New.
Dylan Phelan, Tianyang Ren, Emily Rogers, am I on track or not? Yanan Ki, Tianyang Reng, Emily Rogers, and Michael Rogov.
And next we have Sophia Sklaviadis, Charles Strelcode, Jiawei Wang, Xiuan Wang, and Yihan Wang.
Matt Wernensky, Jin Wu, Ming Yang, Yuchen Yang, Kai Zheng.
And last but not least, Ziyu Zhu and Yunke Zhu. Please congratulate all of our computer science master students. And next, Susan Laudo will announce the remaining master students from our department from a variety of programs.
So I'm pleased to announce Rita Chen. So I am starting with the data science master students, and I'm pleased to announce Rita Chen, Shi Chen, Xiaohui Chen, Yunshu Hui, Shi Feng, Min Hu, Yu Liu, Ziming Lo, Amy Owens, Padong Yang, Jason Zhang. Next, we have our software systems development master's students. And these are Raymond Ferrandez, Gavin Smith, and Matt, sorry, I have an extra, Lucas Louisa, Gavin Smith, and Matt Treber. And then for our first graduate of the Cybersecurity and Public Policy Master's Program, Sam Ward. Congratulations to everybody. That's terrific. We also have 3 computer science certificate students, Brian LaChance, Ben LaPointe, and Michael Loturco. And finally, 2 post-bac students, Chris Fahey and Lucy Liu. Congratulations, graduates. And please welcome now Professor Marty Allen and Professor Dave Lillington, who will announce our graduating seniors.
Thank you. I'd like to start by announcing our first senior. Thank you, Elaine. We'll start with our students in a variety of programs. Annika Agarwal, summa cum laude. Victor Arsenescu, magna cum laude. Manish Aryal, summa cum laude. Athokshe Ashok, Daniel Atik, Omar Badr, Kunal Bhargava, summa cum laude. Fabrice Bigabiro, Louis Bobro, Benjamin Bodine, summa cum laude.
Stephen Bonish, James Cameron, magna cum laude. Henry Caron, magna cum laude. Andrew Cervantes, magna cum laude. Daniel Ketlin, magna cum laude. Titapa Chayakitarajai, Dean's List. Camille Chan. Thomas Chang Davidson. Sayak Chatterjee. James Clark.
Michaela Clark. Quinn Clark Magrab, magna cum laude. Spencer Dye. Nicholas Deigler. Erica DeBarge, summa cum laude. Alice Dempsey, summa cum laude. Amina Zhang. Evan Dietrich. Will Drake. Ryan Dreher.
Sejal Dwa, summa cum laude. Derek Egolf, magna cum laude. Mohammed Imun. Caitlin Eustace. Suki Evans, magna cum laude. Grace Fagan, magna cum laude. Lucy Fan. Matthew Fiedler, magna cum laude. John Frazier. Brian Gallard.
Emily Giwala. Reese Gilkinson. Rachel Ginsberg, magna cum laude. Nikki Glenister, summa cum laude. Tony Goss, magna cum laude. Connor Gorley, magna cum laude. Peter Gramalia, magna cum laude. Andrew Gross, magna cum laude. Sarav Kiwali, summa cum laude. Jack Hale, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Han. Kate Hansen, magna cum laude. Julia Hindle, summa cum laude. Ryan Hoff. Timothy Holt. Bridget Horan, summa cum laude. Peter Horvath. Yu Hu. Jenny Huang, summa cum laude. Sheikhat Islam.
Ira Iyer, summa cum laude. Daniel Yelchich. Radhika Joshi, summa cum laude. Ebere Justin, magna cum laude. Jeremy Konobsky. Maxwell K, summa cum laude. Nicole Kennedy, summa cum laude. One pause as we switch to the next list of names.
We had so many graduates, they don't fit in one slide deck.
You never knew there was a limit to how many slides you could fit in one of those till you find out this way. Amat Armanch Kesser, summa cum laude. Matthew Kim, magna cum laude. Cameron King.
Christina King, summa cum laude. Gloria Kitchens. Aditi Kocher Lakota, summa cum laude. Leor Kaufman, magna cum laude. Michael Kotek. Jacob Kroner, summa cum laude. Lauren LaBelle, summa cum laude. Anita Lam, magna cum laude. Anne Qingjin Lao, summa cum laude. Hyun Suk Lee, magna cum laude.
Shihan Lee, magna cum laude. Daisob Lim, summa cum laude. Brian Lin, magna cum laude. Yingji Ling, summa cum laude. Alirani Lashi, magna cum laude. Benjamin London, magna cum laude. Yang Lo. Frank Ma, summa cum laude. Daniel Mahoney, summa cum laude. Trevor Manners, magna cum laude.
David Massert. Julia McDowell, magna cum laude. Devin McKeown, summa cum laude. Ryan McGoughlin, magna cum laude. Philip Miljanik, Layla Minawada, Andreas Mo, August Moore, summa cum laude. Owen Morrissey, summa cum laude. Keisha Mukasa.
Nivi Nath. Jacqueline Nguyen, summa cum laude. Kan Le Kim Nguyen. Naoki Okada, magna cum laude. Ethan Oliver, magna cum laude. Janelle Owens. Jason Payne. Matthew Pena. Gregory Pickard, magna cum laude. Harsh Prajapati, magna cum laude.
Rui Chin. Samuel Rabinowitz, summa cum laude. Allison Reagan, magna cum laude. Ray Rivers. Jonathan Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Kiara Rose. Jack Rosenberg, magna cum laude. Joanna Ross, summa cum laude. Trevor Russo, magna cum laude.
Karam San, cum laude. Timothy Sanford, summa cum laude. William Scott, summa cum laude. Rohan Shaiva, magna cum laude. Ashwini Shunkur, magna cum laude. Ryan Sheehan, cum laude. Zhu Song, summa cum laude. Jed Starr. Nandita Subaya. Liana Testa.
Josephine Tyson, summa cum laude. Emily Tran, magna cum laude. Victoria Tran. Trong Trong, magna cum laude. Albert Seng, magna cum laude. Alexandra Tsitsaringos. Mohammed Umer, magna cum laude. Caroline Vanderlee, magna cum laude. Juliana Vego del Castillo, magna cum laude. Grant Versfeld, magna cum laude.
Gianmarco Visani, summa cum laude. Jonah Vituntian, magna cum laude. Rosa Vitiello, summa cum laude. Joseph Waddell. Connor Walsh, summa cum laude. Andrew Wong, summa cum laude. Ryan Weinstein, magna cum laude. Jamie Weiss. Robert Wells. Hayden Wolf, magna cum laude.
Dai Wu, summa cum laude. Kenneth Xu, Julie Yang, Hannah Yin, summa cum laude. Xiaohan Yu, Anna Yuan, magna cum laude. Lily Zhang, magna cum laude. Noah Zhang, magna cum laude. Ellen Zhao, magna cum laude. Lulu Zhang, magna cum laude. Byron Zhang, magna cum laude.
That's everyone we had on our list, our set of slides. If there's anyone we missed for any reason, apologies, but we also want to acknowledge you. So jump out in the chat, let others know you're here. They can cheer for you that way too. I'm sorry we missed you if we did. Congratulations to all our students and all their impressive accomplishments, and way to go, everybody.
Finally, it is my honor to recognize two very important groups of people. First, all of you who are graduating today, I hope that you are very proud of the many things that you've accomplished while you're here at Tufts. I suspect you have managed to accomplish more than you ever thought would be possible. I know the faculty and staff are delighted at how much you've accomplished, both in your classes and outside of them. We're also incredibly impressed by how supportive you are of your fellow students. You're not just here for yourselves. You care about making the world around you a much better place, and we're all better off because of you. Thank you. We really can't wait to see what you accomplish once you leave Tufts, so please do keep in touch. Second, the friends and family of those who are graduating. I ask that we collectively recognize and thank the friends and family members who've made it possible for all of our students to grow into the adults that you are now. So we're going to unmute so that we can give a big round of applause to all of the parents, family, friends, and graduates who have joined us to accomplish all of the celebration today. So big round of applause.
Chapeau. Juliana!
Oh, you turned it
Congratulations, Congrats. Sonia and Louis did a great job.
बता दे सर
Great, Kunal, such nice pictures.
Thank you for all sharing your pictures. They were great.
Faculty, go claim breakout rooms. Everybody go find a faculty member or hang out here and chat. Thank you again for all that you've done.